Hey guys, and welcome back to Ask Me Anything, the community AMA series brought to you by the VC firm ICONPLUS Capital. I'm Layah Heilpern. Joining me today is Elie, the CEO and co-founder of Colony, the first community-driven funding platform on Avalanche, which aims to accelerate the expansion of the Avalanche ecosystem. We've received a lot of questions for Elie, and we really appreciate the support. And that's why we're giving the best 3 questions $150 in CLY each. The winners will be announced at the end of the AMA and on ICONPLUS's Twitter, so make sure you stay tuned. Elie, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good. Trying to recover from COVID, but besides that, everything is fine.
Well, it's good to have you. I'm glad you made it. So before we jump into the AMA, can you give us a quick update on Colony? What's going on?
Yeah, sure. So a lot is going on here at Colony. We expanding the team. We are developing new features, yeah, it's a lot of work. But yeah, everything is going according to plan, so we're pretty happy about that. We're trying to meet deadlines. So we promised the community a very good early stage feature for Q1, and we're on track to deliver that. So the team is pretty happy about it. And I can maybe tell everyone on this show more about it. So we are developing a set of smart contracts that will enable people to actively be part of the deal flow management inside the Avalanche ecosystem. So pretty soon on Colony, people will be able to see all the very promising projects that will come up in the next few months. So they'll be able to vote on the project that they like. They will be able to comment. So we are building an entire platform dedicated to that. And the idea is really to empower our community to then make the decision of capital allocation, because so far it has been the team doing that work, and we're going to change that. So pretty excited about that. We are building also all the DAO infrastructure to make sure that everything is on chain. So yeah, it's taking quite some time, but we're making very good progress. We're very happy about how far we come already. It's not very easy for the community to understand right now because there is not much on our application, but that will change quite soon. In terms of other features, we are working hard on the index as well. So it will be like a full on-chain index. The idea is to access the growth of the Avalanche ecosystem thanks to that index. So easily committing AVAX or USDC or the stable coins to a pool of capital that will automatically split that to the top project on Avalanche. There will be a LP token representing that index as well. So yeah, we are currently building that. We're currently working with Trader Joe, Yield, Banky, pretty much every big protocols to make that index a success. So yeah, very interesting development there. We're going to announce a lot of things in a month from now during the Barcelona summit. And we are preparing a lot of surprises for that event. So yeah, that's a lot of things happening inside Colony. And yeah, we have like a tremendous support from our community, a lot of community members working hard to help us as well. We have a lot of ideas also to engage more with the project that we already support. Because Colony have been live for a bit more than 2 months now. We already funded more than 10 projects. We have a huge deal flow, and a lot of entrepreneurs in the crypto space on Avalanche want to work with us because they've seen that we are able to deliver great value to a portfolio company from a technical standpoint, working on tokenomics, also being able to, from a marketing standpoint, to make a difference, and of course, direct communities towards great promising projects.
Well, it's exciting to see you grow, especially only in the last 2 months. So let's jump into the AMA. Like you mentioned, actually, there is a lot of support from the community. So I'm going to be reading through all these questions. So the first question that came from the Colony community is from one of the ants. That's the name of the person that submitted the question. The question is, Elie emphasizes the intense, innovative side of Colony. So how does Colony Labs revolutionize the crypto ecosystem?
Of course. So I think, one of the main idea behind Colony is truly to, so we are deploying capital in different ways. The main one is on early stage projects. I think we want to make this early stage way more transparent for the community. So I think this is where, Colony is really like enabling transparency in a few months from now, where people will be able to see the entire deal flow of the inside the Avalanche ecosystem. So they will see all the projects. They will be able themselves to register projects inside Colony's deal flow. So that, we're really looking forward to see like how the community will engage with this new set of tools that we're building. Of course, it might become a bit messy with a lot of projects. So Colony will certify the most promising project within that deal flow in order for community to still be able to understand, what are the best projects on the current deal flow. And then there will be like an entire process that will be very well streamlined to move a specific project from the deal flow to the analysis phase, and then to an investment sort of committee. So all of that will be only accessible to people that are stacking at least 50 CLY for at least 20 days. So this is where the value of CLY comes in. And obviously, that's just, like the phase one of the early stage application. And then people will be able to engage even more with those projects. I can't share too much right now about it because it's still in the works, and we're still figuring out some details. But there will be LP token representing CLY that will enable people to actually do more with the CLY stack that they have. So we will introduce a new token, therefore, increasing the value and utility of CLY. So we're pretty excited about this one. We are going to enhance also our current staking contract. So we took into account a lot of our community feedback. We're going to introduce some fees. We're going to introduce a set of different smart contracts that will increase the utility of CLY even further. So yeah, essentially our goal is to increase the value related to CLY. Our goal is to increase the utility. So we're doing all that. And then inside the application, once again, I cannot share too much, but people will really be able to engage in a very meaningful way with all those projects at early stage.
Okay, let's keep going. It's sounding interesting. We have more questions coming through. So our second question actually comes from, and I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, it's Asei12. So DAO is one of the most crucial elements of Colony Labs' roadmap. What will be the features, characteristics of the Colony DAO, and how will investors actually experience it?
Sure. So the DAO is going to be a very long process to be put in motion. And when I'm talking about a DAO, it's like a full system that can work on chain without even Colony's core team behind it to make everything happen. So with the early stage phase that we will roll out in the next month or so. It will not be a DAO per se. There will be a set of smart contracts. There will be a lot of on-chain activity that will be possible, but it's not going to be a full DAO yet. People will have voting features. They will really be able to feel that they are engaging with the protocol, and that they have like a say, and that they are very valuable for Colony to work. Then once we roll out other features of Colony, we will try to make sort of like hierarchy inside of Colony to enable people to actually vote on pretty much everything. But doing that is very risky. So there is security risk. We have a very big team working on all those aspects. So that's not where we're very concerned. It's more regarding the manipulation risk. So if someone is going into the protocol, buying too much CLY, and then being able to twist, the protocol in a way that the entire community will not be happy about. So we want to make sure that we are building things in a way that the system cannot be taking advantage of in some ways. So, and for that, we also need like a track record. We also need to be able to see who are the people that actually care right now about Colony at early stage, and who will be alongside with Colony for a long time. And so we're going to put the a set of rules to enable people to take meaningful decision inside the DAO, regardless of their CLY stack, to make sure that there will be no manipulation inside of Colony. But this is still work in progress, and I think we're going to have like a better understanding in a quarter or two on how everything is going to come together on this DAO structure.
Understood. I think it does take time to wrinkle out or iron out those wrinkles. So yeah, when it comes to security and not being able to, manipulate the protocol, then definitely take as much time as you need to do that. Let's keep going. Another question comes from Dazil C. So how can the business model of Colony that implies heavy and regular investments stay sustainable over time without emitting new CLY or without a new fundraise, especially in a bear market?
Yeah, that's a very, very good question. And from the very beginning of Colony, to investors and to some extent to our early community members, we always had the same pitch. I mean, the same. We were selling the same vision. So essentially, at first, Colony is deploying the capital that we raised at early stage, and to kickstart the entire engine here, with all those airdrops, then with the validator program, with the index and everything. But then obviously this is not sustainable for a very long term, because as we are airdropping 80% of the token allocation that we get from those early stage investments, if the growth rate of the Avalanche ecosystem is not incredibly high, we will not be able to sustain the value inside Colony, because this value will be airdropped back to people staking.
Right.
So that's a problem for sure. So we are also building a set of tools that will enable our community to directly participate with their capital, and they will be able to participate in everything that Colony is currently doing and will do in the future. And we are building that in a way that we can still achieve a very high level of decentralization. We can still achieve, and we can still help a lot of projects along the way. So we're building a very innovative, without losing this sort of like community approach.
Mm-hmm.
And and with still enabling people to have this sort of like passive income.
Yeah.
So it will be basically up to community members to decide, do I want to engage further with Colony's protocol? Do I want to put my capital on the table at some point? Or do I want just to stake, enjoy the ride, and do without doing any investment? So we want to enable people to have those two approach at the same time, and while still be able to incentivize everyone. So that's also part of what we're building, to make sure that Colony is sustainable and to make sure Colony is still up and running in 2 years from now, in 5 years, and even 10 years. So yeah.
That's what we like to see. So we have a pretty important question actually that's come from Tamuru Su 2. The question is, what are the criteria that the Colony team has while assessing a project, whether it's worth investing or not?
Yes, that's a good question. So two things here. Right now, it's the Colony Scout team making those due diligence on project before investing in them. And that will partially change in the coming months, because Colony's community will also be able, through our application, to see this deal flow. If a project is highly voted on the deal flow, it means that they have a lot of community. The project has a lot of community attention. The community will be able to participate in making the analysis of those projects. The idea here is obviously to be able to scale and to help a lot of projects along the way. So on that, we want to build and we are building the tools to enable the community to make this entire investment decision by themselves. We're going to put some tools to help them make those decisions. So to answer the question on what are the criteria for investments, initially by Colony's core team, it was mostly about is the product useful? Do they have already a community in place? What is the team behind it? And if the team can actually deliver, what are the current partners? These sort of things. And of course, a very important one is tokenomics, because you can have the best product in the world. If you don't have very good tokenomics associated to it, the value of your product will not be reflected in your token. So a lot of our work has been to shift the way tokenomics works, usually in the product that we've been investing in. Right now, we are focusing on fewer projects to be able to increase our ticket size, and to invest in only very good, high quality projects, because the deal flow is very big now, and obviously the set of tools that we are building now is also to enable the community to manage that enormous deal flow that we currently have. So that would be very interesting to see how they are working with with the tool that we are putting in place. Of course, we also want to have their feedback, and it's I think Colony is going to be a work in progress for quite some time. Taking the feedback of the community, be able to change things. So yeah, that's my answer.
All right, we have one last question for you. This actually comes from Hayim Sadiolgu. I hope I'm saying that correctly. So being a community-driven accelerator, apart from the longevity bonus for early supporters and stakers, what other advantages will we see in the near future?
Right now, Colony is mainly well known for the early stage functionalities. So those airdrops. Soon enough, there will be AVAX staking rewards also in the mix. There will be CLY rewards also, coming from different things, from the liquidity provider program, also coming from the fees that will be taken in the staking contract from people that are unstaking or new stakers. The idea is always to incentivize people to stake long term. Also, we're going to have the index. So the index, we will take fees on that index, and part of those fees will be redirected back to people staking. So if the set of product that Colony is building currently has like a very high demand inside the Avalanche ecosystem, people staking CLY will also have a reward coming from that demand based on the fees that will be taken. So that's one part of the answer. And then the other part is that we want to, as I mentioned earlier, we want our community to be able to have like a even better incentive, and we want them to be able to do more with their capital as well. And so we're going to enable people staking to use their capital. It's tricky for me because I can't say too much about what we're going to allow to do in the application on that. But essentially, you'll be able to do more things with your capital inside of Colony, because right now you can just stake and wait for airdrops. That will change in several weeks from now.
Well, as a Colony holder myself, I'm super excited to see what's coming next. So any final words from us, for us? Any final thoughts you can share?
Thank you very much for your time. I'm sorry, like I just got COVID, so I'm a bit slow today.
No, it's okay.
Like I think what else can I share? The team is working very hard. We're very, very excited to roll out this new early stage feature. It's really going to be quite something to see the community engaging with all those smart contracts that we're building. There will be new tokens inside of Colony itself. We're going to also try to use a more like GameFi sort of like approach. So we're still working on this, but it's very interesting. Like the way Colony works right now. I mean, we have capital, we have an amazing community, so we can really move forward with also new innovative products, and help all those entrepreneurs in a very meaningful way from the early stage phases of their project. So pretty excited, and we are all really looking forward to roll out this new feature, and to meet also our community in Barcelona at the end of March. So that will be pretty exciting, and we're trying to prepare everything to maybe to throw like a big party as well. So we will announce more news on that front pretty soon.
Well, it all sounds really exciting, and I'm excited to hear about this party coming up. So I'll see if I can try and make it to Barcelona as well. Before we close off, Elie, I do just want to let everyone know that there are 3 winners. So 3 of the following people have won $150 in CLY. And to claim the prize, you just need to go to ICONPLUS Capital's Twitter and drop them a message. So the winners it is Dazil C. It is Timurusu2. I really hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm going to spell that in case it's TIMURCU number 2. And the final winner is Assay12. Again, I think probably not pronouncing it correctly. It looks like it's AYSSSE12. So guys, please don't forget you've won $150 in CLY tokens. So head to ICONPLUS Capital's Twitter and drop them a DM. Elie, thank you so much for coming on. It's been such a pleasure learning more about Colony with you.
Thank you for having me. My pleasure.
Absolutely. And guys, don't forget, if you want to learn more about Colony, then go to their Twitter page, go to their website. It's just colonylabs.io, and it's the same on Twitter.